Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am your host Orange Zeppelin, and you may notice that we are in a little bit of a different location today. Instead of in the art cave, we are now in the gamer tent. The gamer tent is not a permanent fixture in my yard, though that would be pretty cool. This is just today's my birthday and I'm gonna do something weird and silly today. So gamer tent, it's actually been really hot today and the tent has been very warm, so this is like the first time today that the tent has actually been pleasant and comfortable to be in. So there hasn't been a lot of gaming in the gamer tent. There's been a lot of sweating and not being in the tent, but now is comfortable and I'm gonna do something fun for my birthday video. We are gonna do some card unpacking, and these I picked up at the thrift collectible. I keep calling the store a thrift store, and that's not what it is. It's definitely more collectibles and antiques. It's just those things kind of get combined in my head. But I picked these cards up at that store and I'm very excited. They have so many cool cards and cool comics, all sorts of exciting things. And so these art cards, the artist, if you guys are familiar with the artist Olivia, as she's professionally known, she is a very cool artist. I heard her described at some point as the greatest living pinup artist, and that is a pretty high accolade that I think she does in fact deserve. She's been working for a long time. There we go. I was stuck in the little protective baggies. So I was excited to see that she had a line of cards with her art on them. I think I didn't get a lot of information about this particular card line. I believe that there were other artists that had trading cards. I think I'm trying to remember who else was involved, but I didn't see a whole lot of information on that, on this particular series. Let me just pull all these suckers out of the little baggies. And these do not contain gum in them, so we will not be repeating the 32-year-old chewing gum incident. Also, these are from 1992, so the gum will not be quite that old. That's actually a year older than I am. I am 29 years old as of today, as of 5 o'clock today. It's going to be, we got to wait until 5 o'clock and then I'll be 28. So these are 29. 29, so if there was gum in there, it'd be only 29 years old. It wouldn't be 32. That might actually not kill me. But enough talking. Let us get these suckers open. Let me show you the packaging. And Olivia is on Instagram. I'll put her handle down there so you can check her out because she is cool. Also, apparently if I wanted more information, I'm supposed to, can you guys even see with the lighting? I'm supposed to send a letter to those people. Nobody does that. This is the future. Everything's terrible in the future. Let's see if I can figure out how to open these. Alright. So this was a series, 90 card series. We got 10 cards per pack. And what do we got? We got Cowgirl Lady. So on the back we have a quote from the artist. Actually, we've got two cowgirl ladies. We have a butt. We are off to a fantastic start. This was created for Hustler Magazine's 5th anniversary cover. This is probably going to be another one of those videos where it's like, don't have the kids watching this. It's not going to be like quite as spicy as the erotic zine review, but they did say adult oriented. So if you're offended by boobies, then man, I don't even know why you're watching this channel. So this one, oh, I like how Actually, this card describes what she's using, the media she's using. So Olivia produces some paintings combining watercolor, gouache, acrylics, and pastels. That's actually what I like to do. This particular one, it just says oil painting, but I like to do that also. I've mentioned before, I like doing the watercolor and gouache and pastels, like the really, I don't know, they're really oily oil pastels. That's what I like. This is one of many pieces of art that Olivia has done featuring Betty Page, our pin-up girl queen. And then on the back, it notes this was done with gouache and pencil on board. So I like the little snippets about... Oh well, I got distracted, so I'll read it to you so I'm not just sitting here staring at a card. She comments, "I had a great headshot of her," Betty Page she means. "I changed some of her pose and made up the clothing. The face is done in watercolor and the outfit in gouache. The hair is gouache and pencil loosely scribbled over tape, which is later picked up." So that is a very interesting technique. I like the comments about how she's doing this. Some more boobs. I like the colors in the background. This is actually, let's see, can you guys see like the paintbrush texture going on in the background? I was saying in my previous vlog that this is the kind of background color that I keep gravitating to. Okay, so yeah, this one is acrylic on canvas, and there's also a little note that this was also done with airbrush, which I don't have any idea how airbrushes work. It is just witchcraft as far as I'm concerned. I have no idea. It's our next piece. On the back it notes she was commissioned to create this piece to accompany the US reprint of the Japanese comic book Lone Wolf and Cub. I should have mentioned the name of it before I finish my sentence, but whatever. This piece is reminding me of somebody, some artist who isn't immediately coming to mind, but looking at this has really cool texture. If you look at that background, you can see the texture of the pastel. And on the clothing also, I think that's a really cool effect. My brain is going to like some impressionist artist, and I can't pick up anybody in particular that I'm reminded of. But I do recall hearing that this artist, that Olivia, she's taken inspiration from a lot of different artists. Like myself, she has a ton of people that she likes and a lot of people she's inspired by. And I think that's a very important thing for as an artist, I feel like it's good to have a very broad range of people you're inspired by. We got some more Betty Page. Band in Boston is the title. And then there's our last piece from the pack. This is watercolor. So watercolor on gouache. She started with gouache and then did watercolor. I tend to do the other way around, so that is interesting. But that is our first pack. I'm gonna spread these out onto the ground here. You guys can't see what I'm doing because I got some doubles there. We're on pack number 2. I am gonna try to like speed it up and not just completely ruminate on art technique of every single picture, but I don't know. You guys have seen my comic reviews where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna breeze through. No, I'm gonna discuss what I think about every single page in the comic. I swear I'm gonna get better at these reviews. Oh, this one here, actually there's a lot of really neat textures going on here. That background, that is definitely pastel. gouache, pencil, and pastels on board. That's what it notes on the back. I like the cat on this. This one, watercolor on board. And also the dimensions are noted on here, what the original sizes are. This one, acrylic on board. And this one, it notes, she likes to focus on female subject matter. Her fascination with the female form was heavily influenced by her mother, who was a powerful figure in her family. She was extremely beautiful. Is that the right direction? Okay. We have a neat pose going on, so I had to stop and think about it for a second. This one also has a lot of textures, really unique textures going on. So I like that there's a lot of different things going on. Where there's some pieces where it looks like they're airbrush heavy, and then there's some pieces that are more, the pastel comes forward more. Got some more Betty. This one, I think, this one has a more distinctly airbrush style. This does say watercolor on board. And I know she also uses, had a little bit of wind. I was like, oh crap, are my cards gonna fly away? I know she uses markers also, Copic markers, because I saw a video on Instagram where she's talking about the struggles of trying to refill the wide Copic markers with new ink, because they don't make wide Copics anymore. You have to manually refill them if you want to keep using them. Got some more Betty. I don't know what it is about Betty Page that we all just have agreed is awesome. It's just, she's a beautiful lady, she's a cool lady. It's like, yes, this lady, we want to be like her. I like the texture. This is another one where we see lots of textures. I like the use of the blue as an outline. This one is gouache and pastel on board. Actually, here, this one on the back has really interesting notes. So, Olivia, she is right-handed. She learned to airbrush with a left-handed airbrush, apparently not realizing there was a difference. I didn't know there was a difference, so I just learned something today. So she airbrushed that one. And there's our last card from this pack. That's pretty good. We only have two. There's only one design that I have duplicates of here. So I have everything spread out. My foot is starting to fall asleep. This is how I'm sitting in here. This is what's going on. All right, so now we got our last pack. I grabbed two at some point when I grabbed two along with a bunch of other trading cards, and then last time I went in, I was hoping I'd find more of these, and I grabbed the last one there, so kind of wished I grabbed more that first day, but I already bought several other packs of cards, including Garbage Pail Kids, and I'm gonna unwrap those at some point. That's the goal for the 100 subscriber special. So you guys better subscribe so you can see me open up more cards and comment on the composition of the Garbage Pail Kids. Alright, so first of this pack, she comments, okay, so this one, gouache and pencil on board. I don't know how she gets just such really good smooth texture with watercolor and gouache. I'm still kind of working on being better at both of those media because they are very tricky. Watercolor is a very very unforgiving media. If you mess up in watercolor, you just gotta live with that. And I like usually when I talk about high contrast, I usually like really strong solid black. This is cool because the contrast is from this straight white in the piece. And this one is gouache on board. Trying to look at the back. The back is kind of printed a little bit weird. Control size, board, the model. Yeah, they kind of wrote that weird. This one is pencil and gouache. Alright, we have our second repeat. This is a cool piece though. Like I was saying, I like that. I like the texture. This one's cool because we have just like a straight face shot and then the movement in the hair. So on the back it notes oil. This is oil and gold leaf on canvas. Which gold leaf, I've used liquid gold leaf, and that's interesting to work with. That's something you want to work with outside so you don't get really hot. This one is badass. So oil painting. And the note on the back. So first she was sitting on a rock, then she tried an elephant, then she tried a zebra, but a zebra is a jackass with stripes and it drew too comical, so I changed it to a horse zebra. Sometimes your art pieces go through multiple different phases in the process. This one is watercolor. The comment on the back is, I have been drawing women since I was 3 or 4. This was my playground, a fantasy world I could step into if I drew it. I like all the artist comments, just what she was thinking, how things were done. Like on the back here, it says she uses a Posh AB airbrush, and she says each airbrush seems to have its own individual temperament. I have no idea how airbrush works. This is absolutely just witchcraft as far as I'm concerned. I know that Copic used to make an airbrush attachment you could put your markers in, and you could basically airbrush with their inks, and that was interesting. I don't know if they still do that. This has a really cool... This has a cool background. This is actually the last of our card assortment. Apparently I turned into a gangster there. This is the last of our... No, can't even say card. Okay, last of our card assortment. It is gouache and gold leaf on board. This is making me want to try to use some gold leaf. I will come up with a cool use for that. Let's take a look at our full card hoard. I like this. I like the collection we got here. I like having an artist that does so many different things. I like having trading cards that are just like very art focused, because that's what I'm into. As you guys know, if you watch that channel, art is my thing. I love it. And all kinds of artists. I really like figurative artists. I like people that can paint really good bodies. There's a lot of fantasy artists I like that actually were bodybuilders. If you guys know Julie Bell, she was a bodybuilder and she draws like strong, muscular women. So she's very cool. Olivia also is very cool. So that was a little sneak peek at what you can find if you pick any of these cards up. I am super happy with this assortment. And Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video and joining me in the gamer tent on this beautiful, beautiful birthday of mine. It is a beautiful day. I might actually take some time to make art, even though I'm focusing on goofing off today. So until next time, keep enjoying art and collecting art and doing all the art things.